Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is kind of a different video than I usually put out. I went full creep mode and I've been inside of the EOS Telegram channel for devs, just kind of like, looking at different conversations taking place between people, and I found some really awesome things that were said between Dan and other people that I think anybody watching this who is a fan of the EOS project and the EOS movement would find interesting, so I wanted to share with you guys. So let's get into it. These are quite interesting. So over here, we'll start in this far left one. So somebody said, with the likes of Cardano, credits, and etc., how is EOS planning on staying ahead? Dan said, we have a better foundation. The sheer number of features we have will take them years to match. They have not yet begun to contemplate the problems we have already solved. I found that to be very interesting. Something that Brock Pierce had said a while ago when he was, obviously still at least publicly really involved with the EOS movement, was that, the reason he liked Dan so much was he says that, and this was interesting, he said, Dan has forgot more about blockchains than most people know. And that's why I like Dan Larimer so much. I think this guy's awesome. And he also trolls pretty hard too, which I'm a fan of. So this guy responded, that is fine, but I'm afraid Cardano can copy and replicate fast, so keep secret as much as possible. And Dan, like a typical Yoda response, wrote, ego is strong in this space. They are committed to their niche language, Haskell, and process. Even if they wanted, he had a typo, as smart as he is, Dan still makes typos, that's okay. Even if they wanted to copy an idea, implementation will take them years. I doubt they are open-minded enough to copy ideas. And that's interesting, right? This is a guy who knows, Charles Hoskinson pretty well, and not that the entire Cardano movement sits on his shoulders, right? There's obviously a lot of different people involved with the project and the entire Cardano Foundation. So, but it is just interesting to see him say, like, look, don't worry, right? I mean, like, knowing who these people are, and really anybody else in this space, a lot of people, ego is very strong, right? People want to be right, and they want to think that their ideas are correct and their processes are correct, or their niche language or whatever it is. And I tend to side with Dan's approach, right, on wanting to make this much more broad and inviting to everybody, right, users and developers. I think that if I have to go learn a new custom language to go code, not a lot of incentive there for me to go and implement or and add value to that project when there's other things that I maybe wouldn't have to go learn that extra skill. If and again, like, if I have to go learn that extra skill, where's the extra incentive for me to do that? And with certain projects that have their niche, unique languages, I don't really see that incentive there, as opposed to other blockchains, not just EOS, but EOS in this example. So. And then it was kind of funny, down here, somebody had said, why is Charles so mad? And he said, Google Cardano peer review. Looks like my SEO worked. So if you guys ever look that up, he wrote, because if you guys saw one of my videos before where I said, why is nobody talking about this? I had said, that I thought that it was just interesting, like, how Cardano has made such they've made it such a priority to get different ideas peer reviewed or like academically reviewed. And Dan, knowing that, like the genius troll he can be at times, he wrote an article giving kind of a breakdown of it. Also, Kyle, the Awakenment, his channel, he has a good video breaking down Dan's breakdown of Cardano, and he points out many things. Like, one of the examples that stuck out, he said Cardano is like a 400-pound bulletproof vest that doesn't stop bullets. So go read that, make up your own mind. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Kyle's word for it. Go check it out for yourself. And then the last thing right here, I was going to save this for a whole different video, but since it's one thing. So Tequila says, Dan, is anyone working on a Facebook replacement on EOS? And Dan just responds with a smiley face and a little halo above his head. So for me, when I saw that, that tells me that Dan is probably the one who's doing that, right? I mean, you look at, he's already created Steemit. Something he's talked about a lot is, there's some inherent flaws, I think, in Steemit that will either need to be fixed, or it will definitely get beat by other platforms, potentially like Ono, or maybe the next Facebook that Dan's working on. So that gave me a lot of optimism. I figured, because Dan, if you guys ever listen to his speeches, he talks about social media a lot and how it can benefit from being on the blockchain. Just because of reward systems and reward incentives that are built in, and then also all the other things, right? But I love to see that he's working on that, right? If you guys have been following EOS for some time now, you guys know that a big motivation for him to want to make EOS is so that he doesn't have to build another blockchain again, right? I mean, he had to go build BitShares and Steem it on their own separate blockchains because Ethereum couldn't handle the needs of those two platforms. So I don't think, again, like building a blockchain is not something that is just you can go do on casual Friday. It's a long process, right? I mean, that's why there's not very many of them that process a high number of transactions on a daily basis, because it's not easy to do, right? Especially, to be able to handle scalability of real world applications. So I love to see that, again, from all the different things. I like to just see inside of his mind a little bit on how he views, competition, of people kind of taking good ideas and replicating those, and then also that he's got the vision of wanting to make the next Facebook on top of EOS. Stuff that gets me really excited, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. A little bit different than normal, but if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. Also below, I do have a private group. Once we get to 100 members, which we're not far from, I think I'm either going to stop bringing people in or radically kind of change how people can get access to the group. I really like having a tight-knit group on there. People are awesome. So if you guys can, like I said, please check the group out. Like the video, subscribe, comment below, tell me what you guys think about Dan's comments, whether you think he's right or wrong. I want to hear from you guys, and I will see you in the next video.